Powers of 10. Numbers can be very long, such as $100 trillion, which is represented by this number. Wouldn't you love to have $100 trillion? Well, fortunately, our base 10 number system has a way to make multiples of 10 easier to work with. It's called powers of 10. Numbers such as 10, 100, and 1000 are called powers of 10. They are numbers that can be written as products of tens. For example, 100 can be written as 10 times 10, or 10 to the second power, or 10 squared. 1000 can be written as 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 to the third. It's also said as 10 cubed. The raised digit, or the number that's more in a superscript style text, is called the exponent. The exponent tells us how many times 10 is multiplied by itself. A number written with an exponent, like 10 to the third, is in exponential notation. A number written in a more familiar way, such as 1000, is written in standard notation. The table on the slide shows how the number, when written in standard notation, is related to the product of tens and then its exponential notation. So we have 10 is equal to 10, or 10 to the first. There's only one 10 being multiplied here. 100 is 10 times 10, or 10 to the second power, or 10 squared. Notice we're multiplying 10 by itself 2 times, and that represents the exponent shown in that notation. Now let's look at 1000. That's 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 to the third. It could also be said as 10 cubed. 10,000 is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is equal to 10 to the fourth power. We have 100,000, which equals 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 to the fifth. And we have 1 million, which is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 to the sixth power. Can anyone see a relationship between the standard notation and exponential notation for these numbers? Well, the exponent that we have actually tells us how many zeros we're going to have in our number. So 1 million has 6 zeros, so it's equivalent to 10 to the sixth power. 10,000 has 4 zeros, so it's 10 to the fourth power. That's a little clever way to remember the relationship between standard notation and exponential notation. So that can also be used to relate these values. Remember, in powers of 10, such as 10, 100, 1000, the zeros are placeholders. Each placeholder represents a value of 10 times greater than its place value to its right. And because of this, it is easy to multiply the whole number by a power of 10.